decide that you wanted to try to do this?
Well, actually, ever since I was little, I've always heard of girls in the high school that had gone for it. And Nikki Jacobs had actually won a couple years ago. And she is kind of the one who I was like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. So I was like, well, I'm going to go for it and try my best. And hey, whatever happens, happens. And luckily it turned out for the best.
So how did your parents feel about this when you first said, hey, I'm going to try it?
They actually were all for it. They backed me up. They were
hesitation
like,
at all?
No, not really. They were like, you go for it. So
explain a little bit about the competition.
Each contestant had a number, and there was 5 of us, and unluckily I was number 1, of course, because that's just my luck. But anyways, we went in number order, and we each had a 10-minute long interview with the judge. And the judging part of it, which is the interview part of it, is 25% of the judging process. And then after our interview, we got a little break before the actual program started, where we were judged on the other 4 categories. And so we started out with the fitness part, and we each learned the choreographed routine, and we did that. And that's 15% of the total judging process. And then we went to our talent part, which is 25%. And there we each did our individual own piece of music or dance, whichever we had decided to do. And that was a 90-second little presentation. And you wouldn't think that 90 seconds would be that long, but up there on stage it was like, oh my gosh, when is this going to be over? Because, you get nervous up there. Like, I played the piano and sang the song 1,000 Miles, and my hands were like, before the curtains had opened, my hands were sweating and I was shaking, so it was pretty intense. But then after the talent, we did our self-expression. And then that is where the ladies we're all in our evening gowns, and we do a little walking in our dresses, and then we answer a question. We each get the same question, and we're judged on kind of how elegant we walk and how we answer our question. So then thankfully after that it was over, and we all got to sigh of relief.
So what happens now that you are Kingfisher County Junior Miss? You have a lot of extracurricular activities that go along with that title, correct?
Yes, I sure do. And a lot of the things that I have to do, the big thing that the Junior Misses are entitled to do is to go around the county and at all the elementary schools and present the Be Your Best Self program. And what this program does is it encourages those younger kids to be the best they can be in everything they do. And there are 5 main portions of this program, and it encourages kids to be healthy, be responsible, be studious, be ambitious, and be involved in their community. So those are the 5 portions of the Be Your Best Self program. And I have already gone into the 4-H meetings, and I've done them there just to kind of get me used to presenting it. And so now I need to start going to the elementary schools, which is kind of hard with kind of my busy schedule with basketball and that sort of thing. So 4-H meetings have kind of been more convenient to go to since they're usually on Sunday afternoons. But hopefully I plan maybe this spring to get into those elementary schools and present that program.
And you also have to do some parades and things
Yes,
like that.
that's actually coming up here in the next couple of weeks. I get to ride in the Christmas parade, and I was also invited to go to a chili cook-off between the Methodist Church and the Catholic Church in Kingfisher before the parade, so I'll probably make an appearance there.
So when is your next competition?
My next competition is state, and they've kind of had some controversy over the dates. At first, they thought it was going to be over Christmas break.
So where is the actual competition?
The local competition takes place in Hennessy High School in their auditorium, which is very nice, and it's been there for the past few years. They used to do it at Kingfisher, but then once Hennessy built their new auditorium, they started doing it there, which is really nice. And then the state one is actually in Bartlesville, and it's just over a weekend, and all of us girls go stay up there during the week, or during that weekend, over 3 days, and we actually stay with host parents, and when we're rehearsing and doing all that sort of thing.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about the Junior Miss program as far as, I know you've said before that there's a lot of scholarships involved.
Yes, there are lots and lots of scholarships involved. It started out with only 18 states participating, first of all, and then now it's gone to all 50 states, which is definitely good, and it's the oldest and largest scholarship program available to high school women. And they give away, the national program gives away $150,000 worth in scholarships. And the local program doesn't give away quite as much, of course, but they get their scholarship money from donations from local businesses around the county. And then the same goes for the state. They get it from donations from businesses around the state. So.
Okay.
You already have your college schedule
Yes,
kind of already planned out and
I
know
do.
exactly where this money is going to go?
Oh yeah, I plan on going to Oklahoma State University, and I've had that in my mind since I was 3 years old. Like, that is set where I was going to go. Plus, I think my family would probably disown me if I went anywhere else, but that's definitely where all this money's going towards, so.
All right. What are you going to major in?
I'm actually going to major in psychology. I want to go to medical school after I get my bachelor's and become a psychiatrist. And that's just kind of always what I've been interested in. I actually took psychology, a college class of psychology this semester, and I love it. Like, I'm so interested in it, so I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing.
Does this healthcare bill worry you any as far as will you have a job when you get all this training?
It does. Actually, it's honestly kind of made me second guess, you know, do I really want to do that? Like, do I really want to go through all that school? Because it's like 8 years. And plus residency, so I was like, do I really want to go all through that and then get out and not have a job? So I've definitely had second thoughts on it. But if it's something I really want to do, I figure I can, if not work in the hospital, I can be like a school counselor or something along the lines that is still doing the same type of thing. So.
Anything else just off the cuff that you want to?
I do. The numbers have been down for our local junior miss. Like, this year there was only 5, the year before that there was 6 or 7, and the numbers just compared to 13, 14, 18, 20. Like, my mom was talking, and back when she did junior miss, she said that there was 30 or 40 girls, and you had to like make the make the finals to even perform your talent on stage, whereas we all got to perform our talent. So one of the things I'm going to try to do is you enroll for Junior Miss, kind of pre-enroll type thing, this kind of towards the end of the school year for junior girls. So something that I'm going to try to do is go around to all the schools in the county and just kind of tell them a little bit about Junior Miss. That way they kind of know what it is, because I was talking to a few of the girls around the county, and you know, I was just kind of interested why they didn't do it, and they said they didn't even know about it. So that's one of the things that I've kind of planned to do. It's not really something that I have to do, but something just to get the numbers back up.
So what would be your advice to other young ladies that want to participate in Kingfisher County Junior Miss?
Well, first of all, I would tell them it's not a beauty pageant. It's a scholarship pageant, and of course you're going to be looking for all the help you can get with how expensive college is. Because a lot of girls, they kind of mistake that, and they're like, oh, I'm not pretty, I can't be in it. But that's not what it has to do with it. And it's nothing to do with money issue. It's free. Anyone can do it, so it's not like you can't afford to. I'm sure you can borrow a dress if that's a problem. So there's really no reason, honestly, why you shouldn't. And honestly, it'll help you in life skills as well. Like the interview. Yeah, it's scary, but you're going to have to go through tons of interviews in your life. You're going to have to go through job interviews and stuff like that. And also, the question on stage, that also will help you in life, because, I mean, you're going to have to get over your fear of speaking in front of people. I know one of the Okarchi girls was kind of scared to talk in front of people. She didn't really like it, but she said it kind of helped her, and she honestly doesn't mind doing it anymore. So even if you don't win, hey, you get scholarship money. There's 5 categories that you could possibly get money in, as well as for your Be Your Best Self program, you kind of make an outline of, if you win, what you're going to do, and there's a scholarship for that, as well as the Spirit Award, which the girls vote on themselves, and they kind of vote on someone who is just kind of always peppy and just someone that's fun to be around, kind of like the Miss Congeniality Award. So there's honestly, like, I don't know why. A lot of girls don't want to do it. I know a lot of girls from Okarchi didn't do it this year because they felt like they didn't have a talent. But hey, you can do anything. There's people who have got up there and told jokes, who, if you're into speech and debate, they do a little dramatic monologue type thing, or there's just all sorts of things you can do. So don't think of an excuse not to do it, because it's definitely worth doing.